Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi here with another legendary video. So recently, I finished up trying to solo District Union. I failed miserably, so I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm looking to fail here at Manning. And as much as I tried to fail and die, one person, MK underscore Sarah underscore ES underscore BR, saved the day. He did it 3 times. I have a video where I highlighted a person that saved us once. This person, MK Sarah ESBR, saved us 3 times. He's now out there pushing the enemy in a tank build. This is one of the ways you can beat the final boss. I'm in my maximum vial jammer, my maximum defense vial jammer with 3-piece improvised gear, with a total of 6 pieces of reduction in damage on elites. I'm running a survival build that gives me another 10%, so somehow that adds up to 80. So against yellows, I'm okay. Reds and purples, I'm in trouble. Purples are the worst. This first wave in Manning National Zoo, Manning National Zoo Legendary, you have grenadiers and drone guys. So sometimes you'll have a person tank build go out there and will gut those people out there in the corner. So that's what MK Sarah is doing. That's the first wave's done. Now the second wave is the dogs. I'm throwing out heals and pulsing. This build's pretty stout. I've finished this several times with this build. It's usually I'm a glue. What do I mean by that? Where I'm throwing out heals. We didn't have a healer the whole way through. Now I'm going to throw out heals. I'm going to try to start pulsing those stupid drones and provide that ancillary support. Otherwise, we're going to get nuked to death by the drones. Eventually, Chunga will come over here on this left side, and you can see MK Sarah's going over there. He's got a great build. Really impressed with him. He's switched builds all throughout. Whatever we needed, he did. Oh crap, and he goes down. But he has a revival hive, and what I've told you, if you're a tank and you're one of those people, then you play revival hive. I'd expect him to come back and wait for his cooldown to go maybe, and that would be good. Yep, so he comes back. So there's 3 of us up here. And maybe he's going to go back out then, I think. Sped it up 2 times because this took quite a while. So once you get in rhythm with pulsing, my pulse isn't that fast, but it's fast enough where we don't continually get killed by the drones. And at this point, it's probably bad that I have test subject. I should probably have something like Maniac or some other. Maybe even I have a one of those Mark 74s, I think they are, with oh crap. And there goes our tank, goes down. So I'm gonna have to go get them, but I want to make sure these guys are set. So I want my hive to get up a little bit, and then I'm gonna go get them. Oh, but first I got that Chunga. Partner goes down. I go to revive him, and I'm going with against this Chunga. Now I can do a couple things on that Chunga. Uh-oh, second guy down. I'm not worried. Now I'm worried. Everyone's down. I throw out the healing hive, so I'm healed. I'm going to be okay. I get this guy up. Fuck it. I go to the other guy. So you have to prioritize people to pick up. You always are going to pick up a person that's still alive because it's faster to pick them up. And he went right to helping that guy. So I'm getting them set, and I'm going to go get our tank. Or maybe not. If I had a mic, I would have probably told them to stay up here and hold down the fort. But when someone looks at my build, they're probably saying, oh, I got as good as build as him. But you can see I have Unbreakable on. I'm in survival. I'm throwing out the heals. I got all this stuff against yellows. And you can see I'm not absolutely perfect in the build. But if I'm taking one damage source, I'm okay. And I really discovered this build doing Tidal Basin. We're getting our ass kicked, and it kind of works. So, again, whenever I see a purple or red, I'm scared because I have to really be careful around them. So, I go over, and if I put a hive out, I'm going to be okay. And I get the tank up, so I'm happy. But my buddies come with me, and that's not good. Now, I didn't realize this, but it spawned the bosses, and my buddy goes down. The bosses spill out the doors, spawn out the doors that are near you. So when I've been up on the platform, they've spawned up there. Now we're in a little bit of a pickle, but I'm confident. And if you know anything about Ronan Kazi, when he gets confident, he usually has bad cases of the overs, as in the overconfident. So tank goes down again. This isn't good. So I run through everyone against my better judgment. Now everyone's down again. Now it's all on me. And I'm healing instead of killing that guy. And it works. So now, if I was overconfident before, I got maximum overconfidence. My bar is filled. So the two bosses are coming in. My buddy's on the other side. I'm like, okay, I got this. And I'm still okay, I think. Probably should have used a health kit, but I put down, I'm almost there. No! Overconfidence. So, second legendary I failed at. Oh no! And the best player in the world went down. So we start again. So we all get together, figure out what we're going to do. And I'm going to make sure everyone's there. I'm going to come. Now, you're going to notice something different. We had the first technique where he was a tank build and he went out. And he's not going to do that this time. Now he puts up a mortar build. So he's putting up his skill build. I'm going to mark people with the shotgun. That pulse didn't hit anyone. And we're going to absolutely pound those guys right into the ground. So my job is to mark. This is what I'm deciding. I'm going to mark, I'm going to pulse, and I'm going to heal everyone. And I'm going to act as our tank. So I'm going to, on reds, I'm going to engage the reds. Excuse me, I'm going to engage the yellows. I better not engage the reds. I'll die fast. That's embarrassing when you die to the reds and the purples, but it happens. So you can see right away this artillery is good. That back row is what kills you because there's snipers back there and grenadiers, and he's taking care of them. Pulse almost reaches there. So as you remember, the first wave goes, the next wave is going to be dogs. So in my mind, I go, okay, they're going to have dogs, so how is the artillery going to work with the dogs? But I'm just going to have to pulse them. And we've talked about why I think the Division's a great game. You know, there's like 3 variables. I can kill them fast, I can be survival, I can, you know, whatever. And I can survive, and I can heal people, but I can't kill people fast. My pulse isn't that fast. Or if I have a fast file jammer, then I can pulse them fast, do a lot of damage, but then I can't heal or survive. But this build is, here comes the dogs. This is the build that I usually finish out legendaries. Manning National Zoo and Tidal Basin specifically. So I'm pretty confident that I'll be overconfident again at some point. So again, I'm not going to go down. That's what I say to myself at least. I know that Chunga's going to come up here. I know I just can't go toe-to-toe to him with him. And so, in times like this, I sometimes go, maybe I should throw on a shield. But the problem with the shield is, since they have the mechanic when your shield breaks, you get stunned. That's never good. And because I'm not a technician build, that shield's not going to help me because I don't have Artificer. So it's going to be a problem. Here comes a dog. I'm going to chase that dog. And if I was a technician, so I didn't kill the Johnny 5 before, it came back up and smoked me. So we're going to wipe again. Am I going to lose on 2 legendaries? Night back to back on nights after investing all this time? So we might be on the 3rd wave here. Here's this Chunga again, or dog. And again, probably the gun I should have one of those guns that are 20% extra on pulsing. But my test subjects, I think it's like 15% or something. So you can see I'm out of sync with the pulsing. This might be the last before the bosses. That means they're going to spawn up here because they spawn near you. I didn't realize that was the mechanic. Yeah, we're getting down near the end of those guys. So why doesn't everyone play this build? Not enough DPS. I think over the past couple of videos, I've tried to explain to you, I think modern game design, they will not let you sit and turtle. They're going to force you to engage the enemy. And I'm okay with that. When you're in a team, here's what I assume. I assume when I'm a higher level, that it's incumbent upon me to meld myself to the guild, to the group, to change my. I'm higher level, so I have better gear. I have more expertise. I should be the one that changes my build, not the lower level people, because they're just at certain point levels. They got just a build. I should have 3 or 4 builds at my level. So when you're in a group, I always am trying to figure out, where do I fit in? What should I do? How can I add more value to the group? This build here is to just carry us home, to just be, we're not going to lose if we have me in this build. But you see, I already went down and I was overconfident. So, all right, so we've spawned the bosses. So what some people do at this point is they go around the map and kill the ads. And I would recommend that. And I want to talk to you about my other 2 teammates now. My other 2 teammates are pretty badass as well. There's another me being overconfident. And there's the greatest player in the world. He went down. So I'm going to go get him. So we're at one of those points where 50% of the group's down, but I get him back up. And MK Sarah, we're getting close to getting all these ads. And so at the end of this, I don't think I showed this. I had like 23 revives. I was just reviving everyone. That ended up being what I was going to do. But we're going to go out and kill the rest of these ads. And that's really important. So my other two teammates, they're not slouches either. They're up there handling the boss. The boss is. So at this point, you're trying to clear up the ads, and then she can focus on the bosses. The bosses don't do a ton of damage. They just have a lot of armor and shields. I went back and did some heroics. I ended up going, but the Vile Jammer for me is really strong in those as well. I keep trying to do, I had like Negotiator's Dilemma. One of the problems, if I try to be like a high damage sniper or rifle build, the group moves so fast. The content with anyone that's any good, the group moves. Here's the boss at battle now. The group's so good that you don't get time to set up your shots. You're just always running. You know, I was going to do like a, whatever that rifle, exotic rifle is, that gets crits, you know, and then you automatically crit. So I had like over 100% crit damage, and I was going to crit everyone, but I could never get the shots off. They were dead before they happened. So that's why like a high speed Vile Jammer in those groups is pretty good too. There are some groups when the DPS is great, and, you know, the builds I see mostly are some type of shield build with an AR, and it's either Heartbreaker or Striker. And again, when you have Chungas or dogs, a Striker or Heartbreaker is going to be good. A Striker is going to be good because they don't die so fast. A yellow doesn't die so fast. If you have a bunch of reds, maybe you're never getting stacked if they're far away. You know, I can see where that's a problem. So I'm not going to, you know, I know myself well enough now, and I think other people do know themselves up, that you're going to play what you play and you like to play. And I'm not going to try to convince you this is better than that. It's good to have a piece in your arsenal. You know, I think you have enough gears that you can have, you know, 3 or 4 different builds in there for sure. But like other people that comment on this channel and I watch their stuff, I agree. Just play what you like to play. And really, I think you could go through, I have a video where you can go through on a purple and a heroic, with mainly purples. You have a couple exotics, or, you know, you might have exotic weapon, and, you know, it's, the only difference is time. So I have a surprise next. I'm going to do something that I wanted to do, but it's going to, mechanically, it takes a long time to do it. But when you get to this part, when you got the ads down, this is just, you know, it's stupid. So eventually you saw I changed to shock traps to kind of stop their movement. I didn't even know the other guy died, right? I'm just so focused on, I'm with a little submachine gun now. And this is a dumb thing, I get shocked. I think if you're in technician, you don't get shocked, but I think if anyone watches these videos, you realize on the nomenclature of the game, I don't really, it's not as important for me to get that than like the strategy. And it's not 100% tanky. My tank build would be better, but it doesn't have the Vile Jammer. So, again, I appreciate everyone that watched the past 2 videos of my solo fail. This ended up not being a fail. I ended up being happy. This was late at night. I wanted to quit, but MK Sarah ESBR was the man. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon.